welcome back to Fordyce Adventure Crew. My name is Voss and we are on the trailhead for Signal Peak and Fordyce. And today we're gonna try to do a little shakedown on my Jeep with the new suspension upgrades and the tires. And my brother's flying out tomorrow to go back to Spokane, so we decided to go and have a little day trip on the Fordyce trail to see what the trail looks like, because up here in Northern California it is the toughest trail we have, and it's rated 9 out of 10 on Onyx off-road. So it's like a final boss in the video game. We never done the trail. We've been on the portions of it up to Eagle Lakes. So today we're gonna try to go to first water crossing. We'll see how high the water is, maybe go past it, maybe windshield 1. We don't know. So we're just going out there to have fun and play around a little bit, because it's really hot down in the valley and it's kind of hot up here. So we're gonna find some water to maybe cool off a little bit. So stay tuned. We're about to hit the trail towards Fordyce. Here's a warning sign for Fordyce Trail. Experienced driver, modified vehicles. What it means is don't bring your overlanders over here. And you're not gonna like the damage on it. We have a total of 3 vehicles, just my family today. I got my sister Tanya on her black Jeep and my brother Sasha on his green Jeep. They're both on KO2 tires, what I had. So we're gonna see how much better the Mickey Thompson tires are on these rocks versus KO2s. So we'll see some of the obstacles I'm gonna try to take, if I can conquer it, and see if my brother can conquer it. And we'll just compare it off of that. See if anybody slips more than the other on the rocks. All right, here's the split. Pierce OHV goes to the left and Fordyce and Eagle Lakes to the right. So if you come here in the wet season, all this is underwater. Right now it's all dry, so it looks pretty cool with all the roots exposed. The trail eroded real hard. All right, first obstacle. Well, there's a bypass that way, but time to engage 4 low. I'm not sure I have. Is that one spinning?
That one?
Yeah.
No.
I think I'm in too low. I might have to go check what's going on with my axle, because I didn't have front drive on that hill.
Do I need to go or need to be guided?
You can go straight up the mountain, no big deal. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. I don't think I have front wheel drive right now.
Oh.
I made that climb and too low. I forgot to engage my front axle disconnect. So I had no drive on the front tires. Walked right up the mountain with a little old bump because the tires were spinning in the back. But now I engaged it. Now I can feel it in the steering wheel that it's getting tight. Now I have a drive. All right, spotter, where are we going?
Straight.
Straight up the hill. we walked up the driveline hill, couple attempts at different lines. Now I'm gonna watch my brother try to follow the same lines that I took and see if he's gonna be doing any worse than me. All right, the only difference is he's a manual 4-to-1 transfer case, 513 gears, 37-inch KO2s. Wheelbase is exactly the same as my Jeep. And my tires are a little bit grippier than his, but he has brand new KO2s. So I'm pretty sure. Up, stalled it. Manual. You're going too far that way. You need to start cutting. Huh? You need to start cutting a little bit because you're going too pumpkin on the axle. No. Go other way. Run your wheels in this crack. I ran my wheels this side in this crack right here all the way. Yeah, right there, you're good. Чуть-чуть. Well, he walked up the same line as I did. So far, KO2s and Mickey Thompsons are even on this obstacle. Let's move on to the next one. If you make it to here, you can claim you made 3 miles on Fordyce. That's from the staging area. So far, there's no obstacles that don't have any bypasses. And we made it to a split between Eagle Lakes and Fordyce Trail itself. So if you go that way, if you go that way, it's Eagle Lakes, and that's a really cool spot to camp next to a lake. And we're gonna go towards Meadow Lake. We'll see how far we'll make it, because we're kind of on a limited time today. We're not here to camp or anything, we're just here for a little day trip. This trail is only about 35 minutes away from our house, so we call this a local trail. Same thing with Signal Peak. It's our backyard trails. Right past the Eagle Lake turnoff, the trail gets rougher. Kind of reminds me of Hellhole that we run all the time. So similar situation, you got a bunch of roots, big rocks, and just slow and bumpy. With big buggies, you can bump through here no problem, but we're just taking it easy, enjoying the trail for the first time. Well, we're starting to climb a little bit and we're getting some views from up here. We see the Gruis Ridge. We can almost see Spalding Lake. But I know we're gonna be going downhill soon to get down to the Fordyce Creek. It's a Saturday about noon, and we haven't seen anybody else on this trail. We've been on it for about an hour. This time of year, everybody goes to Rubicon. And those who go to Fordyce, they already came in last night and camping somewhere halfway across next to some fun obstacles. We got some boulder alley over here. Let's go the hard line. or direct approach. Come on, knobs, you better work. Yeah, there you go. Sidewall. That rock was way too smooth, and the sidewall got it. Let's see how the KO2s will do on the green Jeep. Nope, laka. You'll need laka because you're climbing 2 stairs at the same time. Woo! Yeah, that's where my tire. That's where my tire got the rocks. So when my Jeep climbed up, it grabbed the sidewall of this rock and climbed up. Into the tire, yeah. Nope. You're gonna go easy line? All right, go a little higher that way. All right, looks like Mickey Thompson. You're good. It bent up, so it's out of the way. Yeah, keep it right there. Yep. It's the back tires that, if you give it a slight bump, right up, too far. Right there, go. There you go. There you go. Too far that way,
But nice picture though.
Yeah, all right, obstacle score. Mickey Thompson 1, KO2 0. Well, actually no, Mickey Thompson 2, KO2 1, because we both walked the same obstacle, so this time he had to change the line a little bit because he couldn't grab with the sidewall. It was slipping too much. Man, look at this view. This is very scenic. Oh, there's the Eagle Lakes right there. Yeah, if you ever see a wire mesh on the trail, just remember this is for erosion control. Don't mess with it. Otherwise, these trails would not exist if nobody would take care of them and make improvements on them so we all can enjoy them. All right, we're coming down towards Old Man Mountain and towards the creek. We were on top of the hill for a minute and now we're going down. It is hot and dusty, so as soon as we get to the water crossing, we'll see how deep it is. We'll see if we want to go for a swim with the Jeeps or without Jeeps. And time to have some lunch. Off camber or this one? That one's a bit off camber. Line. I think this is the gatekeeper. I think this was called a gatekeeper at some point. But I mean, crap, you can drive over that no problem. normally on this terrain, I would run my KO2s at like 15 PSI. We had to deflate these down to 10 so they can be a little squishy. Now they look squishy. Sidewalls are so much thicker on these tires.
His license plate on the roofing on
All right, it's already 1 o'clock and we're pulling up to the first water crossing. We'll go cool off in the water a bit, have some lunch, and go back out. Because I got places to be. It's a Saturday. There's a lot more things that I need to work on. So this is just a quick little trip in and out. Because we're coming down to the river right there, and the river's coming down pretty hard. We're still got plenty of discharge from the dam, and snow melt is still happening, so the water is really nice and refreshing right now, and the flow is pretty high, so we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll cross it, maybe we won't, we'll see. Stay tuned. Should we cross it and go camp on have lunch on the other side? Yeah, because that's a pretty good spot right there. Huh?
I think that's usually the deep spot. This is more.
Where deep spot?
I think that one.
Yeah, it looks deep. Well, if anything, we're gonna swim for the winch.
Mark, you ready?
Doc, there's a rock in there. All right, bystanders just told us that it is about waist deep and the average size person, meaning that I'm gonna have water over my fender flares and my intake is right there, and I really don't want to modify things right now, so we're gonna go and have lunch right next to them basically, because that's what you do. But we might go take a little dip in the water because the water is real nice right now. All right, there's Fordyce Creek Crossing. Man, oh man, Fordyce, the easy portion is pretty fun. I would say it's about level 6 in some spots, so like very small wheel tires we're gonna be having issues. So like Signal Peak is a whole lot easier than this section that we did to the first water crossing, as they call it. So we're gonna call it here. We're not gonna try to challenge this right now. My plan is to come later in the August when the water drops quite a bit. I don't want to risk anybody's vehicles or lives at that matter to trek through this on 37s with all full body vehicles. The buggies, they got, you know, a little bit more modified to tackle trails like this. But for now, we're just gonna enjoy a little bit of lunch and then start heading back out because it's getting hot. Lunch and rest is over. The group that was here left about 20 minutes ago. I'm pretty sure we might be able to catch up to them. So we're gonna hit the trail on the way out from the first water crossing. Epic view from over here of an Old Man Mountain and couple cool XJs out on the trail. Well, it's about 2 p.m. and we're starting to see some incoming traffic. We're getting out, people are coming in. So we just had two crawlers let us by, and they said there's a group of Jeeps coming our way. So we'll see. But we're getting out pretty smooth. We're almost up to Eagles Lake turnoff. So we'll see if that group is going here or they're going up to Eagles Lake. So we're not sure. But soon we'll be out to staging area again. I think we got about 3 miles to go, and the rough section's about to be over. Well, we wanted to get out faster, but we have like 20 rigs coming in. So we have a group that's going out already that came in earlier, part of that same big group, and they're gonna wait for them to come through so we can keep going down. All right, a huge group of like 20 Jeeps just came up to the Eagle Lakes, and we are going down. Half my team is buried between the Jeeps right now, but they'll catch up to me pretty quick. I'll head ahead to see if there's any more traffic coming up.
On your way, there's one more car.
To see if you know, they need to pull over or whatever, because this trail is pretty tight in places and you don't want to get jammed in one wrong spot and then somebody do some bad maneuvers and flip their Jeep. The enchanted forest of Fordyce. Just had some dirt bikes come through, created all kinds of dust over here. But we're almost out to civilization. All right, we are back out to the staging area where we're going to be inflating our tires and hitting the freeway. So far, everything went smooth. My new tires are doing great on these rocks. That's why I called it a summer tire. And my suspension's doing pretty good. I do have the noise from the bump stops now on the front, because the bump stop has a hard plastic and I have aluminum landing spot for it. So I'm gonna have all that noise from clonking, but I'm gonna see if there's options for different little pads on the bottom, because these hard plastic pads are gonna wear out, so I have to watch it because it's a consumable now. But on that, the day went smooth. We started about 11 and now it's about 3:50 p.m. So we got out in pretty decent time from the trail. So now we got 35 minutes to home, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next adventure or shop video, depending on what's going on in my life. Thanks for watching. See ya.